All right, so we can get a closure above the 44,510 level. That will be great. We could just follow SIT to the upside. All right, peace and blessings, everyone. Hey, 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 what's going on? All right, top of the day to you guys. Glad you guys are here. I'm actually live right now with my students. Donovan, I'm not sure about that one. On Rob, yeah, I'm not sure about that one. Not sure if you can. I don't trade on Robinhood. So for those of you who are here, I want you guys to do something for me. Go over to your US30 chart. I want to show you guys the alert that I've given my students today. All right. Head over to the US30 chart. I want you guys to pay attention to 9:30. All right, just before 9, let's call it like 9 o'clock. All right, if you look at 9 o'clock, the market was going sideways, okay? Okay, the market was going sideways at 9 o'clock. I've given my students an alert. Some of you guys are probably on. So I want to show you guys what I showed my students today. So today we didn't have any news at 9:30. We just had the normal ebb and flow, markets open. And what I told my students was at 9:30, I said, listen, it's the normal ebb and flow. So let the 9:30 happen, and base your if you decide to get in, base it on your 9:30, I guess the way the 9:30 candle closed. And if you notice, the market shot up and it turned around, indicating an entry point on the way down. Now, that market shot down, and that market shot down to a level that I had them watching from last evening, which is the 4439 4.8 level. I'm going to actually create a video on this and put it on YouTube. I know this is live, but I'm going to put this on YouTube so you guys can see exactly what it is that what I was looking at. Now, that one level it dropped down to, it bounced off that level and ran up. Now, I had given my students an alert telling them that, look, that market is oversold. And the market did what? It turned right around and went up. So right now we're sort of dancing around this level. And so what I'm anticipating, and I still need a little bit more, I need just a little bit more confirmation on where it's going to go. But the market is showing signs of going back down, but we have this zone here, the 44426.1, and then we have the 44414.1. This is an area that the market, I mean, the market has loved this one zone. It's been dancing around this zone over the last, oh man, this has been a minute. Over the last 2 months. I mean, whenever it came back to this price point, it always respected it. So just something we have to watch. And it's dropping hard. All right, it's dropping hard right now. Nonetheless, it isn't over. Okay. For those of you who might be looking at this, let me take a look at this. The market could return back to that level. The market had dropped down to the like the 4.4. Let's see. It dropped down to the 4.4394 area. It could return back there and do a double bottom, which would give you another opportunity to trade the market to the upside. Okay. So, but I'm watching the 44426.1 and the 44414.1 zone right now. That's what I'm watching. All right. So we had a closure at the 44426.1. All right, which is a place that that I mentioned before. It just closed there. So what we have to watch is we have to maintain our watchful eye on this level and what the market is doing. We don't have a reason to buy the market, but I do have a reason to, for instance, if this market got above the 44451.9, then there's a great chance that it will go back up. Now, although the market did not go back down and create a double bottom as of yet, and we're talking about the 44395, 394 area, didn't go down there yet. Where the market is right now, depending on how this thing shapes up, how it closes, we have to sit and wait. We have to sit and wait on this one. This is where patience got to come in. We can't do it. We don't have anything. So this is where, if I'm trading on the market, I am not going to jump in prematurely. I'm going to wait and let the market do what it's supposed to do. All right. I'm not going to jump in prematurely because this is how people, they lose. Okay. One thing I want to tell you guys is this. If you're ever trading on the market, you want to make sure that if you get in on a trade that appears to be good, you're in the money, never allow the market to take you out of the money. I mean, if you're in the money, let's say you're in the money $200-300. Do not let that market turn around and take you out of the money. Never let that happen. All right? Always take something off the table. Now, right now, it's pushing down. Let's see if we're going to hit the same area, the 44394.8. So we just got a wick down there at 44400. So we need to go down just a few more points, like 5-6 more points, to get down towards the 44394, 44395. We can get down there, and then the market sort of, if it can sort of set up based on TPES, we can have an opportunity to ride the market up. Okay, something that I'm noticing is that this market, last evening I gave, last evening when, just before the Super Bowl, I jumped on live with my students and I gave them a live alerts training, okay? And it was my assumption that this market was going to gap. While I felt confident that it would gap up, it didn't gap down. But one thing that I told my students was that since we've had We've had 2 days, especially on Friday when the market just tanked. It was very likely that this market was going to go up, and that's what motivated or influenced my bias on the market gapping up. So the market didn't gap up; it gapped down and went up, and it went up straight up, which is good. So one thing that I always remember from a logical perspective is that if there's a very bearish day or a very bullish day, I'm going to always expect for the market to turn around the next day. Okay, now this is not to say it's going to turn around and just go straight up all day long. This is to say that perhaps during the I guess the beginning part of the day, it'll start going up, and maybe during the London or maybe halfway throughout the London, it could possibly turn back around. But it will usually balance itself out, because you can't just keep going up. You gotta balance yourself out. All right, it would need to balance itself out, go back down or go back up, whatever. So yeah, so we just had, so we're like setting up here. So we need to get above the 44451.9 level. We need to get above there. Okay. Okay. All right, so notice that the market did push back down, and we did come back down to the same zone. Notice the push up right here. The market came back down to the same zone, which is the 44426.1 and the 44414.1 that we've talked about for the last couple months. And it did come back down, sort of creating a double bottom. Not exact though, but notice how we do have what I would consider to be a traditional higher low. All right, notice that. So like I said before, to those of you who are on live, I mentioned that we need to get above the 44451.9 level. We can get above that level, we should find that this market should go higher. But what we need to do, we need to watch the same places where the market ran up and it pulled back down, it ran up again, pulled back down. We need to watch those higher peaks, because those are the areas that the market may like to reject from. All right, so it may like to run up to there and then pull back. So we have to be cognizant of that as we're trading on the market. All right, peace and blessings, everyone. All right, so yeah, we need to watch this. Oh yeah, we have South Africa in the house. All right, couple people on. All right. Yeah, so this is worth watching. This is worth watching only because we're at a critical moment. If there was nothing here, I would go about my business. I would just go do something else. You know, I'm not gonna sit and watch nothing happen. All right. So we want to make sure that that we have something going on. This is worth watching. This one right here. This is a critical moment. Okay, because we need to get above this 44451.9 level. That's a critical place to watch. And the rundown, just so you guys would know, the rundown was a total of like 171, 180 points that my students were able to get. And then when I gave out the alert that the market was oversold, they could have gotten another 100 some points. The points will add up really fast, because it doesn't take that long for you to be able to, like, when I spot this stuff and when I'm available to call it, I call it, boom, and it's spot on. So it's, you know, that's a good thing. Okay, so we're still fighting with this level. See if we're gonna get it. All right, glad to have you guys here. What we're doing, I've analyzed the US30. For those of you who are just coming on, I analyzed the US30. If you're trading on the US30 right now, you look at the chart. You can look at any time frame. You look at the 30-minute, 15-minute. Look at the 5-minute. I personally I like the 5-minute. And when you look at the 5-minute, you can see a bit more of what's going on. Okay, I'm watching the 44426.1 and a 44414.1 zone. Okay, those are two levels. I'm watching those. I have a level there, and that's the same zone that was respected earlier today, last evening, when I gave out. We had our free, not our free, but we had our live alerts training. I had alerted my students that the market would run there. The market ran there, boom, and the market then went sideways for many hours, and then the market started to then go to the upside, just for the market to do what? The market turned around and dropped right back down when I gave them the alert. Notice we got the closure above the 44451.9, so we're good. We got the closure. All right, that's perfect. This time I'm gonna make a video. So there we go. Oops. Come on, man. All right. So if you guys notice, we got the closure above that 44451.9 level. All right. And that's the same level that we were watching as well. We got that closure. Everything is good. SIT is on our side. So we allow this market to run up as far as we can. We can watch, I would say, watch the 44493.4, the 100, all of that stuff. Watch it as the market is going up. Watch any level, like the area where the market is right now. The market was here before, and then the market fell back down. Watch that area again, 44493.4. Watch that area, and then just allow the market to ascend as far as it can go. Do not over leverage your account. You do not need to, and just go from there. All right. Peace and blessings, everyone. So this is good. And if you all who are live, if you guys are seeing what it is that I'm seeing, it's going up. Okay. Then if I look at, oh yeah, that's right. If I look at the Nas is doing something different. Let you guys know, I haven't announced this yet, but I have officially launched the Nas NASDAQ Snipers Club. So if you guys are interested in getting involved with that, you definitely want to get signed up. I'm doing the same thing with the NASDAQ Snipers, running them through the charts, giving them insights, giving them alerts and signals, if you want to call it that, giving them play-by-play walkthroughs when I can on the NASDAQ, all right? And like the NASDAQ, what I like about the NASDAQ is that it seems a little smoother, but it's also different. The US30 and the NASDAQ, they seem to move in tandem sometimes, but then they also can move opposite. So we have to two different animals, but it's definitely worth knowing. Yeah, definitely worth knowing. Okay, so this is good. So we need to get above. We need to get above the 444,715. 444,71.5. We need to get above there. If we can get above there, we should be good. Yep. You guys are coming in. Glad to have you guys here. You guys can ask questions if you want. Some things I can answer, some things I can't. I leave some things to just to my students. Okay, so did we get it? Not quite. Okay. All right. So okay. Maybe this candle will give us what we want. Just like I said, you have to pay attention to every little thing. And that's why this is critical. It's super critical. We still gotta watch that 44451.9 level. See, the market can stay here for some time. Okay, so the market, while it did go up, we're getting some downward momentum now. And let's see how they're gonna do this. Oh yeah, that's right. Look, Darius, what's going on, brother? Yeah, look, that was a good drop too. That was a real good drop. The great thing about it, look, you're at work still making money, so it, look, it still works out for you. And that was a critical time. So it's all good. Just trade wicks rather than candles a good idea. Not really sure what you're referring to trading wicks. For me, I don't trade wicks. I'm assuming you're talking about if you see a wick at the top of a candle, if you should trade it down. That's not a good play for me. But So you're not the first person I've heard ask that question or interested in such a thing. Um, I don't trade wicks. I trade levels. I trade zones. Okay, so that's the critical part. A wick alone does nothing for me. A wick may strengthen a bias, but it doesn't solidify anything really. I mean, not until I have a number of things going on at one time. So if I have a wick, if I had sideways motion, like if you look at like 9 o'clock on US30, the market, 9:30 we had a long wick. That's rejection. We did have a couple more wicks. We had a wick at 9:25. You look at the other time frames, you may have had some wicks, very small. I mean, nothing real big, but the 9:30 candle was large enough for me to say, all right, there's major rejection from above. And because of that, along with the preceding consolidation, that gave me enough to know that this market is more than likely going to drop. On top of that, there was no news. There wasn't news. It was just the normal ebb and flow of the market. And those are the best times to really trade, to be honest with you. It's a whole lot safer. And but wicks by itself, I wouldn't trust them by itself. Like, that wouldn't be my strategy. Simply because wicks are not always truthful. Sometimes it could be a setup like for that moment, and then the market will turn right back around and go back up to the top of the wick and keep going. So we have to be very careful. So yeah, I wouldn't do wicks by itself. So again, we have to take down these levels. We have to watch the 44426.1 and a 44414.1. That's a zone that I've been watching. It's been well respected today. We have to see if we're gonna break this. And if they break the zone, that's cool. Nothing we can do. Let it break the zone and let it keep pushing down, and we just let it keep pushing down to the next zone. And the next level is 44394.8. Like, we haven't lost nothing. If we're not in the trade, you can't lose. So that's the good thing about it. So in real life, if I'm sitting here working or doing whatever, okay, if I'm sitting here doing whatever, and I have my charts open, I'm looking at the charts every so often. I'm doing what I have to do. I'm looking at the charts. If I look at the chart and I see a setup, then I can entertain the setup. But if I don't have anything, like right now, I have nothing. But I know that within the next maybe 10, 15 minutes, I may have something. Then I'll come back and I'll keep an eye on it more intently. That way I don't miss it. But until then, I'm not going to trade it. I don't have no reason to trade it. So that discipline is really needed when you're trading on the market. You need that. All right, let me see. Anything else? Omar, last name Omar, ICT methods trade. I'm not sure what that is. What exactly is ICT method? I can look it up. Let me see. Let's look up that and see exactly what. All right, so it shows inner circle trader, utilizing method is a technical trading strategy that uses chart analysis and market trends to predict profit from price movements. It was developed by Michael J. Huddleston. ICT trading focuses on the market structure and the psychology of institutional traders. I would say how I trade is very similar to that. I would say based on how they broke it down. I'm really big on structure. I'm really big on mindset. You know, I mean, levels are huge. You know, levels are huge in my book. If you don't have a level, you can't trade a market. You know, so I would say on the surface, I would say yes. You know, I know nothing about whoever that person was, Michael J. Huddleston or Huddleston. I think it was Huddleston. Let me see. See, I would say I'm not 100% certain because now what I'm reading would just popped up as something different. So I don't want to mislead anyone into believing that my strategy is what it is. But I can tell you better than reading up on this. I can tell you about my strategy. I'm really big on structure. Okay, I'm really big on structure. I'm a technical trader. I am a logical trader, and structure is king in my book. When I look at the charts, I'm looking for structure. That's all. I'm looking for structure. Okay, where could, like now the market is pushing down. Is that the 44426.1 and the 444.1.1 no 44414.1 level? Is that zone rather? And if it pushes through this zone, then we go to the next level. So I'm not looking at anything else. Everything happens from a zone, from a level in my book. Okay. Let me see. Yeah, so that's pretty much that. So yeah, I just want to point this out to you all. Watch. I gave you guys some insight on the US 30. The market is dropping now. It's dropping. But we're getting caught up at this zone that I pointed out. 44426.1 and the 44414.1. We're getting caught up there. So watch this area because the market could set up. The market could very much set up and then go back up. Okay, so we have to just be patient. Let them prove to you where they're going. All right, that's the major thing. Don't be forced. Let them, like I said, I'm watching this zone. If they push through my zone, they push through my level, then all bets are off. I mean, there's nothing I can do. The great thing about it is I can't lose because I'm not trading. So I can't lose when I'm not trading, but I have certain parameters in place that'll tell me what the market is doing. Now, I have some other things that I'm looking at that's telling me, okay, this thing may drop, but I still have a couple more things that if this market, for instance, if the market don't go below my zone and my level, then I know that we can get some more of this sideways motion, and then we just gotta wait for it. That's the bottom line. Be patient. Oh yeah, I like how the Nas is sitting. Nas is showing signs of dropping. I like the Nas right now. Looks good. Oh yeah. Like I said, sometimes the US 30 and the Nas, they'll run side by side, and sometimes they'll be just the opposite. Oh yeah, let me see. So we have Okay. All right. Oh man, I be forgetting. Still much to watch right now. Um, this is a very, very crucial area here. Very crucial area. Based on how those are set up, I do not think it's gonna. I think it may be more selling pressure. Yeah. If it does, yeah, definitely the talking about that is 100 points. Okay. The fight is on, still on. So one thing that I do teach, one thing that I do teach is that we cannot be premature with our entries. Like you have to wait, let this market. I would rather for me to have a bias that's wrong, because it's going to happen. Like sometimes you may say, oh yeah, that should go up, and the market goes down, or oh yeah, that should go down and it goes up. It's not a big deal. It's totally fine. However, like I stress, you can't lose what you're not trading. Okay? And even if it does go opposite of what your bias may be, that's fine too, because the farther, if you thought the market was going to go down and it shot up, the farther it goes up, the closer it's going to be, is pushing towards where it's going to turn around from. So, like, be grateful that it's going, like, I'm happy, like, I don't care what it does. Just come to a level already, come to a level, that way I could trade. Okay? So, I believe in being patient. Just let the market set up properly. And if you miss it, so what? Catch the next one. Okay. So we push back down towards this 44394.8 level. That's great. Now, if we break through this level, that's it. I'm done. that's it. Because this is the bottom of the barrel for me. This is the bottom of the barrel. There are a lot of indicators, not literal indicators like indicators you put on your MT4 chart or whatever platform you're using. I have a lot of reasons telling me that this market can go down. And it doesn't help that it just broke through my zone, which is fine. I'm cool with that. Like I said, you can't lose what you're not trading. However, and there it goes. However, all I need is for the market to do something. Just break through. That way now, I'm going to wait for you to go to my support. I don't care. You can break through if you want. Now I'm going to sit here and I'm going to watch my 44340.1. I'm just going to move the chains like we're in football. You know, just move the chains. I'm going down to the next level. And then, you know, just keep it moving. Now, we also got to be careful here because this is where they get people to buy into the lie, the idea that the market's going to go down, and then they send it back up. All right? So we have to be very careful. So this market is currently dropping, but it could definitely turn around because we have something down here at this. Yeah, we have something down here at this 383, this 44383. And we wanna make sure we watch it. I would say, what is that? 44383.5. That's another place where it can run down to and then turn around. Okay, good. Let it blow. Let it blow. So let's just say you were coming to the chart for the first time today. Alfred, what's going on, brother? What's going on, man? Let's say you came to the chart right now. You don't have a reason to get in. Okay? I don't know what time chart you guys may jump around. I'm normally one that looks at the 5 minute. You know, I'm gonna look at the 5 minute. I'm gonna assess the 5 minute. I may look at the daily. The daily is my. Remember, we're scalping the market, so the daily is gonna be my. It's gonna be like the back of my mind. I'm thinking, okay, the market is dropping, so what I need to do is I need to consider what the daily is telling me, but I'm not going to be fixed on the daily so much where I have tunnel vision. I know that the daily may be telling us a sell, may tell us the market is dropping, but I have enough sense to know because this is the US30, these are the charts, the market goes up and down, I may find opportunity on the way up as well. But the moves to the upside, I just have to be careful not to get caught up in any trades that are going to quickly turn around on me. Okay? So that's the only thing. So listen, it isn't over yet. Let's wait. We have to wait and see how this is going to go. It isn't over yet. This is where they get a bunch of people caught up in a bunch of mess. So we have to be very careful. And it still isn't over. All right, it isn't over yet. There's something that I teach that we have to, it's still, anything can still happen. So we have to wait and see. Take a little patience. I'm gonna let that one rock on. So let me see.
This millionaire reveals how to get $300,000.
Brother Amiga. All right. Yep, still dropping. So now, so what I would do, I would watch like the 44362.9. I'm keeping an eye on that level. But really, I would say the 44363.5. And notice, I can't lose because I'm not in it. This is the beautiful thing about it. And I'm just waiting for them to set the market up. That way, I can get in position to trade the market going back up. It's that simple. Just like the setup earlier that I gave my students for over 100 points, running the market down, 180 points going down, and then the move to the upside. Some things are just very obvious. This right here, you're not in it, you can't lose, but guess what? We just wait and see. Now, I will say this. The market on Friday, before it closed, it was consolidating. So guess what? My target is that same area. It's that same area. And we're talking 30 points away from there. That's my target. So if I had stayed in my trades running the market down, I had enough sense to get out. I'm here to get money and keep it moving. If I had stayed in, yes, if I was a long-term US30 trader, I could have still been trading the market. I would have been deeper in money. But you know what? Not all money is good money. Sometimes you have to just not cut your losses, but cut the trades off, and then let the market set up again to get an even better trade to go up or down. Real simple. I could have traded the market up when I gave my students the second alert. I didn't. And I didn't because of just the position of this setup. Just is way too many things that are in the way. I'm not going to do that. But what I will do, I will allow the market to go down, and I'll look for a trade going back up. I will do that. It will be a little risky, but let me say I may consider trading the market up, because it really depends on the actual setup itself. That's the thing. See, this is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. Like I said, it's not over yet. We have a couple seconds. Boom. It didn't change up anything. It's amazing. It's amazing. Didn't change anything. Most people would say, oh, the market can go up from here. It could go up from here. But why? It's not just because of the doji. I don't do doji. Doji means nothing to me. But it's something mental that I follow that, as well as technical, about this particular setup right here, that's telling me that the chance of the market going up is still not out of, like, it could still go up, basically. Even though it broke the level, it could still go up. It isn't over yet. So we have to see. No, I wouldn't long-term trade the US30. I wouldn't do that. I can analyze it, but I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that, Alfred. The US30 is too much for me. It's just too much back and forth to trade it, and then I wouldn't do it. Well, with this framework, it makes it a lot easier to trade the market in this manner. Catch a couple moves, in and out the trade. And sometimes, depending on the setup, you may have to watch it, especially if I can't really say, but everything is still connected. I'll just say that everything is still connected. So this move could still go up from here. Because what they did is they made it appear that it was going to go down. And this is what they do often. They'll make it appear that it's going to go down, and then they send it right back up. Boom. And then they leave people down there hanging on. So that's the only problem with if you're one of those who trade in that manner. That's why I had to break down the US30 like I did. The US30 is definitely they're not going to fake me out. Okay, so now so we can get it. Yeah, let me see. All right, got that on. All right, let's watch and see what this is going to do. Let's see what the Nas is doing. I'll be at it. My goodness, gotta love it. So something else we got to pay attention to. For the New York session, we have lunchtime that's approaching 30 minutes from now. So you may find that the momentum may decrease, and so we have to watch this. Oops. Okay. So and remember, you can't lose what you're not trading. So the best thing you can do is anticipate the level where the market is going to go, and depending on your strategy, wait for it to set up. It's that simple. It's not that hard. Still dropping. And we're approaching that level that I spoke on, where the market was consolidated prior to the end of Friday. That's that 44340.1. Not a whole lot to this. In fact, I think I'm gonna jump off and head down to the gym. I don't have time to sit around watching this all day. Listen, definitely appreciate you guys tuning in. Just keep this in mind. The market is dropping. Wait for it to hit structure, trade it in the opposite direction. Real simple. I will perhaps go live again later. I don't know. I'll let you guys know, and we'll go from there. Just I tell you guys all the time, have nothing short of a fantastic day. Remember, stay healthy, stay safe. As always, remember to remain and stay prayed in the times we live in. I'll see you guys in the next one. All right. Peace and blessings, everyone.